Thank you for doing that. And people again can ask questions in the chat and we'll post any links that we can. So the first link is PET scan, but you can see that one up there already. Thanks, Camillo.
Yeah. Thanks. So thanks for having me. And PET scan is very good tool to intersect data coming from the various Wikimedia projects like Wikipedia, Commons, and so on, and Wikidata. It was originally born as CatScan, so category scanner, because its original main aim was to allow users to make investigations in Wikipedia through categories, so also intersecting categories and things like that. And then when Wikidata was born, it evolved into PetScan, which is like a generalization from, also there is a word play with cat, pet. So pet is more general than cat because the aim is also to allow intersecting the categories with a lot of other features, characteristics that the articles of Wikipedia have. So I will use a series of PetScan queries that are here in one of my user subpages. This is PetScan. PetScan has a manual that you can access from here, and it's quite detailed. It has a page to report issues. Its interface is natively in English, but you can switch to other languages that have been partially translated at least. For example, Indonesia, you see that there are some parts that are in italics because they have not been translated yet. So let's go back to English. But if you want to help with the translations, you can click here on the globe and then here you can log in with your Wikimedia account, and then you can select one of the languages that are already partially translated, or you can add a new language, and then you will be able to help with the translation. You see here all the parts of the interface that you can translate in another language. So PetScan, I think, is quite intuitive to use. It has different tabs. All these tabs allow you to select some criteria to get a list of pages. If we start from the first tab, it's the tab categories, the original one. So let's say that I am interested in one category. I have here the category of English Wikipedia Croatian historians, which also has it has 6 pages in itself, and then it has some subcategories that contain other pages. So if I just put English Wikipedia, I put the name of the category here, Croatian historians, depth 0, and I go with do it, I obtain 6 results. And this is what I expected because these are the results that are directly in the category. For all of these results, I also obtain some additional data that might be interesting. So the page ID is the numeric ID that is assigned to all pages in a MediaWiki website. So all pages in Wikipedia, Wikidata, everything, they have a page ID. And if the page ID is a lower number, the page is older. If it is higher, the page is more recent. So here you also understand which one has been created in an earliest date and which one in a latest date. You see the namespace of these pages, their size in bytes, and the date of the last change. So this has been last changed this year in January on the 23rd, for example. So this is very easy. If I want to get also the subcategories, I raise the depth to 1. This means that I am going to the first level of subcategories. So I am including the pages that are here, that are here, and so on. But for example, here you see a subcategory, Croatian medievalists, that also has another subcategory. So this one is at depth 2, and I'm not including it. I'm only including up to depth 1. And as you can see, I get many more results. So the first one with depth 0, I could also obtain just using Wikipedia. But here, depth 1 starts to become interesting because I get a list that would be not so easy to obtain in another way. If I want to go to all the pages in the category, including all the subcategories, you should go to depth -1. -1 means all the subcategories at any level below this. So with -1, I get 119 because basically I'm also getting this one and these other two ones. So this is the complete number of pages included, pardon, this one, including in this category, also with all the subcategories. Okay, as you can see, I am only including the pages with namespace article, but of course, this category also includes category pages. So if I want to see also the category pages, I go here in the second tab, page properties, I select category, I run again, and I get 135 results. And as you can see, we also have pages with the namespace category. So I also get them. And this is very easy. Okay. And of course, you can also put negative categories. So if, for example, you are not interested in some of the subcategories, you can put it in the negative and they will be excluded from the results. So if I put Croatian historians with all the subcategories, excluding these, I obtain a subset of the results. You have seen here this line. So basically, whenever you run a PET scan query, it gets assigned a PS ID, a PET scan ID, that is a numeric ID that is permanently assigned to this query. So if you want to run the same exact query in the future, also, for example, to compare the results, you just have to save this link here and you can run the query at any time in the future. And you are seeing the results as a table, but if you go in the last tab, output, you see that here there is HTML, but you can also select, for example, CSV or TSV will allow you to download the results in Excel. If we select plain text is just the list of the names. It can also be useful in some occasions. And another interesting one is Wiki. Wiki allows you to obtain directly a wiki table that you can, for example, put inside English Wikipedia or like your Wikipedia. And this is the table with also the code here to rerun the table. You see, regenerate this table. So you have also various possibilities of output. And you can also save the results as a page file, which will make a static copy of the results this time so that you can compare them in the future with the results that you run again. And of course, you can sort the results by various criteria that you can see here. So each of these allows you to change the sorting. And this is the easy part. So now, there is also another one that could be interesting. So for example, if you're interested in translations, so you're interested to see, for example, which Croatian historians are in English Wikipedia but not in Croatian Wikipedia, you can go to the tab Wikidata And here in sitelinks, you can put that this don't have an article in Croatian Wikipedia. And then you can do it and okay, it's saved as a page file because I wanted page file so that you can see how page file works. So it saved it as a page file with this number, and this is a list of English Wikipedia articles regarding Croatian historians which are not in Croatian Wikipedia. If I want to obtain them just as an HTML table, I just switch back to HTML table and you see this. You can also select, if I go back in Wikidata tab, you can also select, for example, all the items that have a certain number of Wikipedia articles. For example, if you're interested in Croatian historians, which are very popular and have more than 10 Wikipedias, you can put minimum 10 Wikipedias and you will obtain 25 results. So all these tabs can give you very interesting hints. And now let's switch to a small Wikipedia. So I think that small Wikipedias are the ones that can benefit more from PetScan because they often contain a lot of data in their Wikipedia articles that no one has ever uploaded into Wikidata. So now we will do the same with the category in Croatian Wikipedia for Croatian historians. So I will use this one. Let me close two other tabs. Okay, so we have Croatian Wikipedia category for Croatian historians at -1, and we have a huge amount of results, 700, much more than English Wikipedia that had only 100. So as you can imagine, a Wikipedia in its own language knows very well the persons from that country more than usually English Wikipedia does. So now, as you can see, I have added the column item. So for all of these, I am visualizing the Wikidata item. How can I do it? Basically, in the Wikidata tab, we were originally on Do Not Add Wikidata Items. I switched to Add Wikidata Items where available. So if I go down, you will see that all of them basically have a Wikidata item. But if I go very, very much down, you see that some of them don't have a Wikidata item. Usually, a Wikidata item is created short afterwards a Wikipedia article is created, but sometimes it does not happen. And this is a problem. So we want all Wikipedia articles to have a Wikidata item. So if we want to see only the pages without item, we switch to only pages without item and we go. And here you can see that 21 pages in Croatian Wikipedia for Croatian historians don't have a Wikidata item. And here you see that you can create Wikidata items for the selected pages here. That is a very good option. But you see also another interesting thing. So some of them are checked and some are not. Why? The ones that are not checked may already exist in Wikidata, but the article has not already been connected to the Wikidata item. So I will go for this Petar Nizetic on check Wikidata. I will open it. So this is another tool that is called Duplicity. Let me switch it to English. Duplicity is a tool that allows you to match Wikipedia articles to Wikidata items. So here is the Croatian Wikipedia article. You see a person born in 1774, died in 1866. And this is the Wikidata item that is a bit okay. Now I'm trying. Okay, now it's a bit better. So you see the data, the dates are the same. Same date of birth, same date of death, archaeologist. And here you also see archaeologist. So I will click, I first have to log in, otherwise it will not work. So let me log in, allow. Then it returns on the main page. So I will close it and reopen it. Okay, great. So now I can click on this green button, add to item, and it should have been added. So now your last edits, yes. If I go in my last edits, you will see that I have added Peter Nizetic to the item for Peter Nizetic. So here, instead of creating a duplicate, I just added. And also, for example, to see another one, Josip Lucic. Josip Lucic, 1924, 1994, same person, add, done. That was very good. For the ones that have the check, you can be relatively sure that they are not in Wikidata. So I will just take, okay. So these are Wikipedia articles for persons. So I will put here that I want to create them as persons, Peter T1Q5, and I should also put at least the occupation historian. So occupation P106, historian, honestly, I don't remember. So let me check. Historian is, okay, this one. Okay, so paste here, start QS. When you are clicking this, you are starting quick statements. Quick statements is the tool that Alan explained earlier. You also have to log in here, allow. Then it returns to the main page, so I will close and reopen. Okay, so now I am logged in and I can run in background or not in background. It's similar. So now I am creating 10 items regarding Croatian historians with instance of human occupation historian and the entry of Croatian Wikipedia, which is good. So now we have more of these with the Wikipedia, with the Wikidata item. So now let's close this. What happens if I see the ones that have a Wikidata item? So I switch to the pages with the Wikidata item. And I will see, I will end shortly. So now we have 695 with the Wikidata item. And I'm seeing the Wikipedia article here and the Wikidata item here. If I want to see the Wikidata item here, what I have to do is going to other sources and switching here Wikidata. It's also good that I select here the label language that I want to see for Wikidata. In this case, it will be Croatian. So let's go with this. Now I see Croatian, the Croatian label, and if it exists, this one below is the Croatian description. And here is all the list. So as you can see, here I can do something. Here I can add statements to these Wikidata items if necessary, add or remove. For example, let's take briefly the Wikidata items that have Peter T1 and P21, so they have instance of human and gender, but they have only two statements. So we only know for these items that they are humans and male, female, etc. But they have no other data. We have 23 of these items. This is a problem. These are items for which we know very few data. For example, this person, Pravislav, etc. We only know human, male, no other data, and the Croatian Wikipedia article. So I can select them and proceed with adding occupation historian, which is something that I can safely infer from the Croatian Wikipedia categories. So I start quick statements and it will make 23 edits that are, wait a minute, why not? We have some issue of lag or something like that, but let me retry. That's strange. Batch name, add P106. It will do it. So now it saved the batch, it will run shortly. And okay, so I think this is very easy. The last one that I wanted to show is the one that you find at as the last point of my list. So I have prepared this, which is which also contains a query, but because this is a bit longer to run, so it's running. As you can see in the other sources tab, you can also put a query, a Sparkle query that you can run in the Wikidata query service or in QLever. So you can put directly a query here and you can intersect it, for example, with the Wikidata tab. In the Wikidata tab, I have put that these items have zero identifiers and zero site links. So they have no Wikipedia, they have no identifiers, and this means that these items have citizenship Malaysia, if I remember correctly. They have no no items pointing to them, and they do not contain references. So these items, as of now, should be deleted because they don't have sources, they don't have incoming links, they don't have basically nothing. But it may be worth improving them so that they are not deleted. So this is also one of the possible uses of PetScan, finding Wikidata items that are poor of data and going there and seeing if they should really be deleted or if they can be improved. I, with this, I would stop. I think that in general, it's very easy to go through these tabs and see which functions you want to use. In the past years, I've also suggested some of these functions to the creator of this tool, Magnus. So some functions have been added in the last years. If there is something that is still missing, it can be added. And I think you will have fun with this. So I'm ending my sharing.
You have done a marvelous job. Thank you, Camilla. There's so much interesting in there. We could spend another 2 hours in on that, and I just want to say thank you. Everyone is doing that in the usual Zoom way. Um, I think that we don't have much time for questions, but put them in and we'll definitely have contact details. I also think we should be talking as a group at ECAP about how we could do this more regularly and try and focus on one thing at a time. Um, but I hope to everybody that that's at least given you an overview of all the things that we don't know or that we want to know. And we can work with Valley and Bianto to really work up our skills in that space. We really appreciate Alan and Camillo coming to our region and doing that. I'm going to hand back to you, Felly, now.
Hi. Thank you to Alan, Taufik, Camilo, Prue. Amazing. I personally also learned a lot. But today, although we don't have much time, I'm really hoping that I could get lots of feedback from you all. So please join us in giving your feedback by going to Mentimeter. You can also scan the QR on the right side and use the code. And the first question is basically how much do you agree in a scale of 1 to 5 with the statements there? Like, do you feel like you have a better understanding of the Wikidata tools, but property dashboard, path scan, and quick statement? And then do you feel like you can use these tools on your own if you think that you can do it? I believe some of you already share that you can do it well. Some of you have not been able to edit Wikidata a lot. Is also totally okay. We can do something about it. And then there was enough interaction, and also the clinic was useful. I think some of you are also sharing your answers. You can give the answers more and more. While we also already see the scale of this, you can also go to the next slide, which I will share. The next slide is that what did you find most useful in the session? Whether it's the overview in the beginning or directly when there is hands-on practice. And also, do you think like the instruction or guided written material that already there in the document have helped you or during the Q&A session? You can share which one that you think is the most useful during the session. Oh, wow. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have much time for Q&A, but that is something that we have to work a bit more for that. Thank you. You can still keep the answers coming for those who have not joined. Next is that what was one important learning from the clinic? You basically can put one word for this, like one thing that you feel like very important and quite new for you or something that makes you motivated more to edit Wikidata. Just one word. Oh, new knowledge. Networking. Yes, I met a lot of interesting people here and also definitely the wiki projects that a lot of you are working on. That's interesting. I'm also gonna be on a mission to go through the lock-in ban in Indonesia and tomorrow try to do a little bit of edit in the morning. Not new knowledge comparing. Okay, comparing the tools possibly that will be quite helpful. Anyone else? Anything that you feel like important? You can share it here. Okay. AI and Wikidata. Yes, yes, that was very interesting as well. Alan was sharing about how AI is also getting all the information fed by Wikidata. So it's like both beneficial and useful, but from human and also for the machine to use that. You can still answer these questions on this part, everyone, if you're still thinking what to say on this important learning. Next, for those of you who are using the interpretation quality, you can also share whether the interpretation has helped you understood materials. Untuk teman-teman yang menggunakan bahasa Indonesia, boleh mengisi pada bagian ini ya. Jadi, apakah interpretasinya membantu teman-teman memahami seluruh materinya, atau membantu jadi ingin berpartisipasi, atau merasa interpretasinya mudah diikuti karena kualitas audio dan sebagainya. You can share this, but those of you are not like having this interpretation part, you can skip this question. Oh, thank you for those who answers. I'm hoping that we could have more people joining so they could also get the interpretation. Next up, which is the last question. This is going to be helpful for eSIAP Hub and also the Wikidata team, four of them here, who will also continue our collaboration to provide Wikidata sharing session. Or yes, we are aiming for another editathon or like a wiki project that we can do together. So if you have any idea what can be improved for future clinic of specific one learning, for example, or just doing pat scan or just doing a quick statement, that will be nice. More Q&A. Yes, Q&A is gonna be very, very fun to do. But you can definitely still, if you still have question, you can put your questions in this chat or in the documents as well, so we can address that and you can recheck that again. We will also share the learning material from the document to you on email after this. Yes, regular meeting so we can do hands-on, exactly. So we can someone, for example, if it's Pru or Tawfiq being the trainer guiding us on how to edit and so on, because it's a bit maybe a bit challenging in the beginning just because we are not familiar. It's always about not being familiar with something that makes you fear to pass through it. So it's basically having someone guiding us would be really nice. Regular meeting and more hands-on. Yes, more Q&A. More answers can be shared. Mini editathon, yes. Editathon is really amazing. I also learned a lot during an editathon last time. Yes, meanwhile, some of you are still answering the questions. I believe you still can answer the survey, right? So waiting for your answers. If you still want to answer it, that would be really nice. That would be really helpful. While doing that, I think we can also open our camera if you're willing. So